Hello and welcome inside our Oklahoman studio for another edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. I'm Kelly Crull, your host, alongside 14-year NBA veteran and Thunder broadcaster Grant Long and the voice of Thunder basketball, Matt Pinto. Guys, thanks for being here. Of course, we're a few games in now and we've seen some good things. We've seen some things the team needs to work on. Your thoughts?
First of all, let me say I love that intro. I can tell you've been working on that all week, so
I got it right.
I like
suggested
that.
Journeyman, but that didn't quite fly.
I like that. But to the business at hand, that Philadelphia game for me, I think it was the best demonstration of offensive continuity by the Oklahoma City Thunder that I've seen so far this season, and I'm very pleased with that.
76er head coach Doug Collins, in assessing the Thunder roster, looked at Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and just flat out said, they're stars. And I think we as fans in the city need to appreciate the incredible skill set these two guys bring every game. In the Portland win, dual 28-point outings. In the Philadelphia win, they both had 31 points. They're sensational, and they're not even close to their prime. This is fun.
I agree. I'm really glad you brought that up. In just his third season, Russell Westbrook has developed into a commanding presence on the floor with his leadership and explosive play. The guard position, not known as a big rebounding position, but Russell's knack for pulling in those boards is changing that perception. Not to mention landing him in quite a few scouting reports. Chris Silva has more.
Rebounding has always been a part of Russell's game. And since day one of the season, his work on the glass is translating to extra possessions for the team.
Leaping rebound Westbrook in the paint going glass with the follow, a gorgeous 6-foot leaner.
Russell has a nose for the ball. He understands the importance of a rebound.
Our team is, a long athletic team, and Russell makes us that way.
Ever since I've been playing, I've been able to get my hands on rebounds.
And get those boards he does. Russell leads all Western Conference guards in the rebounding category with nearly 7 a game.
Long rebound to Westbrook, streaking out with Durant off the right wing. High steps to the middle, floats it up and in for 5 feet out.
This year he's really putting defensive rebounds on the stat sheet, and with Russell rebounding like that, it helps us.
Westbrook gets it back, keeps the play alive. Oh, that's great hustle. Great hustle.
Does a great job of sneaking behind guards and getting offensive rebounds, and he has that advantage as a point guard, and he does a great job with using his athleticism.
I just follow the ball. I don't know. It's just wherever the ball is shot from, I kind of try to pick and see, if it's shot from the right corner, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to end up either on the other side or down the middle. It all depends, so I just jump.
Chris joins us now in studio. And Chris, Russell makes this sound so simple, but really, how much of this is anticipation from Russ and how much is just being basketball savvy?
Yeah, well, Russell told me before the Boston game that a majority of it is just instinctual, and obviously it all depends on the situation. Oftentimes he can see or kind of predict how a shot's going to come off a rim, which obviously helps him hit a certain crease or a gap to attack. But he's been pretty smart about it. Opposing teams are very well aware of the fact that he likes to crash the offensive glass, and Russell said that he has to fight off a lot of contact and elbows just to get to the rim.
Yeah, he kind of joked with both of us in the week during practice and said, it's kind of a 50-50 thing. If I go after those boards and don't come down with it, I struggle to get back on defense. So how much of that has to be smart on his part as to when he goes for the boards?
Well, a lot of it. And, him and Coach Brooks have a very strong understanding as to when he should attack and when he shouldn't. For example, against a team like the Philadelphia 76ers, who like to get up the floor a lot and push the pace, Russell said that he had to scale back on that end. As Scott said, it's about controlling the temptations against certain teams.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Matt, Grant, we know Russell's rebounding, very impressive, but he's just an explosive guy on the court. Talk about the spark he brings to the team when he's out there.
Well, he has will and want to go get loose balls, which is a big part of the reason he played a lot for Team USA this summer in the World Championships. The other thing he does, Grant, he becomes a one-man fast break. Once he grabs the ball off the backboard, can accelerate tempo. He forces the defense to react one way or the other, freeing a teammate or taking it all the way to the rim himself, and he's a terrific finisher.
And like you said, it's all about desire with Russell Westbrook. When you talk about rebounding, you have to have the desire to chase that ball down. And I want to talk about the smarts that it takes to get in there an offensive rebound or defensive rebound for Russell Westbrook, because if he doesn't get that rebound, it's a chance the ball could take a long bounce and send the other team into a fast break situation where Russell can't get back. So you have to be awfully smart and know exactly when you have to go to those boards.
There are times it's like he flies out of the rafters in a crowd of guys and just goes and gets the basketball. At 6'3", that's an incredible skill to have.
And Coach even said, I give Russell that opportunity to make that decision, but we're trying to make him make smart decisions as to when to do it. The team working hard on and off the court, and as part of the Thunder's commitment to the community, this past week the organization hosted a fit clinic for 6th through 8th graders to help promote living a healthy lifestyle. The students not only worked on strength and conditioning exercises, they also learned about healthy eating habits, and with the help of Serge Ibaka and Daquan Cook, the kids also had a chance to pick up some basketball tips.
Come on. It's fun, get the opportunity to come out here, hang out with a lot of kids. A lot of kids don't get the opportunity to be around a lot of professional athletes, and for me to be able to come out here and show them the fundamentals of some of the things I learned growing up, it's a great experience for them. Good job. Oh, there it is, still. You want to always give support back to your fans, that goes for the whole team, and it's always important to do the things we can in the community, knowing that this community supports us so much, so it's just important that we always give back, as much as possible. You just got to try a little bit. Just wrap it around your leg. Wrap it around your leg.
We hear with the kids, so I enjoy with the kids, to show a little bit how to dribble, to make the kids feel basketball, We are very excited to be here with the kids, so we like to do it.
I think it was a great opportunity for the kids to be influenced by some professional athletes and doing some positive lifestyle activities, and what they do, how they lead their lives to stay physically fit.
1, 2, 3, hard work. Good job, guys. Good job.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
41 minutes. I can't really remember when last time I played 41 minutes, but it's good.
This is important right here. We got to continue to trust each other on both ends of the floor. We are a good basketball team when we do that.
Westbrook isolated, top of the key to Durant, slicing left, pulls up at the foul line, drains and drains a 16-footer.
Nice screen by Kristich to get Kevin open.
There you go, guys. That's how you play right there.
Let's stay with each other. Battle, y'all. 7-on-3, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back. Well, we saw him in one of those clips, a guy who's putting in some big minutes right now, and some good minutes is Nenad Kristich. And, he, as well as coach, has talked about his role on the team is to not only play good defense, of course, but to get out from underneath the basket and really knock down some of those mid-range jumpers.
He can space the defense, Grant, and it's got to be a comfort, like a warm blanket for Russell Westbrook. Anywhere he goes on the floor penetrating, he knows where Nenad will be, just off of the high post or at the top of the key. And those two have a nice little collaborative effort going on now.
I think starting from last year that these guys have really established a relationship, a rapport on the floor that Russell looks for him. He's his first option when he drops the ball to the basket to try and find Nenad in his sweet spots, which are basically about 17 to 18 feet away from the basket. And if he can catch those shots in rhythm, Nenad's been able to knock them down. And I like Nenad when he gets off to a great start. The record for the Thunder is they're surplus 20 wins and only 4 losses. So if he gets off to a good start and gets 10 or more points, they're off to a good start.
The other thing you notice, Kelly, is in the third quarter, the Thunder and Russell will make a decided effort to get Nenad involved if he's had a quiet first half. So that shows you that Westbrook and this team recognize the value that Kristich has to what they're doing.
And it's a promising thing knowing that this offseason provided really little downtime for Nenad as he played on the Serbian national team and then suffered a finger injury that also slowed him down for much of the preseason. But after a couple games, he seems to have really found his stride now. Our Brian Davis spent some time with Nenad.
When you see Nenad Kristich play 41 minutes as he did against Boston, you figure that he's got his game form back after a layoff with the hand surgery. How are you feeling now? Do you feel like you're as game fit as you want to be?
I feel good. It's still, not there yet. Conditioning, I'm fine. Just basketball shape is not there yet, 100%. But I feel like it's getting there. And like you said, 41 minutes. I can't really remember when last time I played 41 minutes, but it's good.
Your role this season is a little bit different. Serge is getting more playing time. Cole Aldrich is now in the mix. Those guys particularly. So how does that change things for you in the way you play the game?
We have a lot of big guys, a lot of quality big guys. So I'm just trying to fit and
really trying to focus on defense when I play and try to do some small things like be in a help position at the right time, or if I pick and pop, just knock down those shots. When I play for national team, more like inside, more like on a post, but always when I'm coming back here, I always have that kind of adjustment time when I need to, feel that game pick and pop. But it's good. I mean, I like it, and not much big guys can shoot the ball outside. So I'm just trying. I'm working every day on my shot, get better.
You got some news last week from your hometown in Serbia that was, I'm sure, a little bit unsettling. An earthquake, not devastating, but it still caused an awful lot of damage. Sunday, the Boston game, the Thunder organization was able to raise $10,000 toward the relief efforts in Kraljevo. How'd that make you feel?
Feels great. Just want to thank everybody who helped, and I want to thank the Thunder organization. That was really great for them, and it really means a lot for people over there from my hometown. Like you said, it was not really a totally destroyed city, but it's really bad shape, and any help is gonna really mean a lot to those people.
As Brian and Nenad mentioned, the earthquake in Serbia impacted Nenad's hometown directly, but with the help of the Thunder family and the Red Cross Financial, help is now on the way to begin the long road to recovery.
Thunder as a family has kind of come together, and we're holding a raffle.
Well, Nenad is part of our family now. We think of the whole team as an extension of our family, so if something happens to your family, you take care of them. And they wouldn't even have to give out a shirt or anything. We'd do this anyway. We love him.
She was actually one of the first people that came to the table, heard about it on the news, and came in, gave me $100 for the raffle and said, "Oh, just give me a few tickets. I don't really care. I just want to donate."
How's your country doing?
Not so good. My hometown. Country is okay. My hometown is not.
Yeah. The person who has the raffle ticket that we draw is actually going to get the jersey that Nenad is wearing this evening.
Nenad! My daughter has been, she's been a great big fan of Nenad from day one.
What was it like to meet Nenad?
It was awesome.
Just whatever we can do to help, we're glad to do that.
Coming up on Thunder Insider.
It's great, just to be out and, help a family here in the community.
Thank you, Thunder, and everyone that made this happen. And
you're watching Thunder Insider.
PAL's a juvenile crime prevention program that we do sports programs for kids, and we were invited down to bring some of our basketball players out to meet one of the basketball players, Tabo Cephalosha. One of the kids we brought has never been to a Thunder game, probably would never get an opportunity to go to a Thunder game, and he got ready at 2 o'clock today just so he could come to this game, so he was excited.
How you doing?
They meet someone who's famous and important, and they get to see what good sportsmanship might be about, and that's what we want to teach our kids, is good sportsmanship, how to play the game, and that going by the rules can get you places. So it's an awesome opportunity for our kids to meet this guy.
Well, you're welcome.
That's such a cool thing the players are doing. Tabo actually also helped a local family fill their cupboards this past week. The Thunder and Homeland Foods have partnered to lend a helping hand in the form of a $500 shopping spree, plus an additional $500 gift card to Homeland, and Tabo was there to help do the shopping.
A little bit of excitement here today. Have Tabo Cephalosha coming in here and helping a fellow Oklahoman do some shopping today.
How you doing?
How are you? I'm
Good.
Angela.
Angela, nice to meet you. How you doing? Hey. It's great, just to be out and, help a family here in the community. They do so much for us, for the team and everything, cheering for us. It's always great, to give back. Steak, chicken, a lot of meat. Gotta go with the meat, then bananas, lettuce, tomato, that's good.
Right now it means a lot to us, and it's going to help out a really lot for Thanksgiving and on down the road.
Bread, rolls,
condiments.
He's very down to earth, and wasn't really, at first I was kind of nervous, but he's just a down to earth guy, so had a great time.
I think, the mom, Andrea, did really well. Actually, she had the list and everything, and she went, right through what she needed to do, so that was really good to see. I'll do that.
Oh, okay.
I'll push the cart. So.
Cool. He was an excellent basket pusher.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I do that quite often with my wife, so I'm good. Nice to meet you too. And actually, we also have another card of 500.
Oh my gosh.
For next time, I guess.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Thunder, and everyone that made this happen. And
What a great help to the family as we head into the holiday season. And now it's time to turn our attention back to the league and back to what's going on the court. Matt, Grant, at the start of the season, all about Miami, all the talk about Miami. Could they reach the 72 win mark? But really, with the way the Lakers have started, is it more like they're the team we should be talking about hitting that mark?
They may have been your Miami. They weren't Miami. I mean, the Lakers, you look at their start, Grant, they are doing it with Kobe doing his thing, but Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom are both averaging double-doubles, and they have the killer bees on the bench now. That's the area they're dramatically better in Steve Blake, Matt Barnes, and Shannon Brown. It's a little scary for the rest of the league how well they're playing already, and they're not in midseason stride by any stretch.
Well, I think for a long time the plus factor was Kobe Bryant, but I think there's been a sort of a role reversal now in that it's Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum when he becomes healthy, but it's been Pau Gasol who's been the guy that's been the catalyst for them. You need inside play. You can't rely on Kobe Bryant to get outside shots going continuously. But I think for the moment, Pau Gasol is going to be the catalyst. When they get into those close games is when you're able to use Kobe Bryant's skill set.
And if the hub of this team's wheel, Kobe Bryant, decides he wants to win 70 regular season games, I wouldn't bet against him.
I wouldn't either.
No.
Me neither. And another team we have to bring up, the New Orleans Hornets. Man, they're off to what I think has to be a surprising start, the best record in franchise history. Is this team for real?
I think they are for real, and you use the word surprising. Chris Paul is now healthy for the first time in a couple of years. He's been one of the best guards up until the point he got injured, but now he's back and looks like he's at full tilt. David West is no slouch in the NBA. He's one of the best power forwards out there. So they've got the inside and the outside covered, but I think the X factor becomes the fact that Chris Paul has the ability to make players around him better, and I think you're seeing that. You saw that last year with Tyson Chandler when he was with that team. But now he's making David West a lot better. He's got players around him. Emeka Okafor is becoming a better player. He's very good in the screen and roll, and you'll see them run that quite a bit.
But here's the X factor, the full Monty. Monty Williams, our new head coach, an extension of Nate McMillan, who he mentored under in Portland, mandates defense first. They're defending every night. They're allowing only 90 points a game and 42% field goal shooting to the opposition. They got a tough week upcoming. They got Portland and Dallas twice, so we'll learn more about them. But they beat Miami this season. They've beaten San Antonio on the road. They can't be dismissed with this start, given the quality that they're bringing every single night.
But I will say this also. It's a very good start, but what we haven't seen is how this team handles adversity under a new coach. So that's yet to be seen.
And that's coming up. And coming up for us, we'll have plenty more. Mike Steely on the way. Stay with us.
Coming up on Thunder Insider.
Two McChickens and a large Diet Coke. All right, you a Thunder basketball fan, you know where Russell Westbrook went to college?
UCLA.
UCLA.
Welcome back. Here's a look at the road ahead. Don't forget, we tip off on the Portland game at 8:30 Friday night on Fox Sports Oklahoma. After Portland, the Spurs and Tim Duncan come to OKC. Then it's off to Utah for their second meeting of the season with the Jazz, and back home on Wednesday to face the Houston Rockets. Of course, you can always get tickets at thunder.nba.com for those games. Don't forget to take part in our Watch and Win contest. The winner will receive a trip to Orlando to see the Thunder take on the Magic or get tickets to an upcoming home game. Go to thunder.nba.com and enter the code 9816 or text the code to 59925. Well, from giving fans rides on rickshaws to trick-or-treating at the arena, we've seen Mike Steely do it all. This week's edition of Stealing the Mic can be summed up with one phrase. Would you like fries with that?
Welcome to McDonald's. Go ahead, order when ready. It's all yours. I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat that one more time, please? I'll get it right, I promise. 2 McChickens and a large Diet Coke. You want me to try and take the next one? Will you push me again? I don't know why I'm too dumb to push this thing in.
You have to push the button when you want to talk.
I feel like the undercover boss, you know, where you're thinking, I could do that without any problem. And there would be a demolition derby if I was running this thing right now.
Go ahead, order when ready. Order away.
2 McChickens and a large Diet Coke.
2 McChickens and a large Diet Coke. All right, thank you, Grant. Hey, by the way, I've got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Thunder basketball fan, you know where Russell Westbrook went to college?
UCLA.
UCLA! You guys are amazing, already. Give away free food. All right, good job. Come on through.
Thank you.
I think you should ask the next question, since you're so efficient.
Hi, and welcome to McDonald's. How are you doing today?
Good.
All righty. And are you a Thunder fan?
Yes.
Do you know who number 35 is?
Everybody knows Kevin Durant. Everybody. He's the best.
Well, you know what? We got a free sandwich for you.
You like to go to a Thunder game?
Yes.
All right, well, I got 2 tickets for you in the seats where all the pretty people sit.
How sweet.
I like the Thunder Santa Claus. All right, here's your Thunder tickets.
You guys Thunder fans?
Yes.
Number 22 for the Thunder, you know who he is?
Grant?
No. His first name starts with a J, his last name starts with a G, and he's number 22.
Jeff Green.
You got it. Very nice. Good job, man. You're a Thunder expert.
I feel like the rookie, you know, that's trying to learn the system here. I feel like I got talent to come play in this organization, but you got to learn the system, and the system's pretty difficult. You think you can do this? It's tough. It's pretty tough.
I got the feeling that Mike Steely was not just helping people at the window, he was also helping himself to the McDonald's French fries as well.
I'm just glad they kept him away from the shakes and the shake machine. That'd have been a disaster.
He has so much fun with those. Always enjoy it. Thanks again. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Thunder Insider. We'll see you next week.